Imagine an animal that protects forests, rivers, biodiversity, climate, and even rural livelihoods. That animal is the tiger. And today, India is not just conserving its tigers, it is leading the world in tiger conservation. 29th July is the International Tiger Day, and India has once again highlighted its remarkable conservation success. Today, we will understand not just the facts, but also the institutions, technology, international initiatives, and possible UPSC questions. Hello everyone, my name is Rajni Jha. Welcome to Drishti IAS. So why is this in news? As I told you, 29th July is International Tiger Day, and India today is home to world's largest wild tiger population, accounting for approximately 70% of all wild tigers globally. Now, before we move ahead, let's look at some of the important figures. So, India has 3,682 wild tigers according to the All India Tiger Estimation 2022, and global world tiger population is 5,711. So, global world tiger population is 5,711 and India's is 3,682, which means approximately 70% of the global population is in India. Tiger population has more than doubled since 2006. But we keep talking about this population. Why are tigers so important? Now that's the important question where you can be asked a question. So the first thing is tiger is an apex predator. What does that mean? Tigers are at the top of the food chain. So other animals like deer, wild boars, they are under control because tigers keep hunting them. If tigers do not hunt them, what will happen? Their numbers will increase drastically. And because those animals are herbivores, that is going to affect the plants and grasses, plant species in that area. And this will ultimately imbalance the nature, right? So this keeps their population in check. So this is apex predator. That's why it is important. And second, it is an umbrella species. What is an umbrella species? What does an umbrella look like? Like this. So under this, a lot of different species can come in, right? So umbrella species is the species. Once you try to conserve them, it indirectly protects many other species that share the same habitat. So when you try to protect tigers, you have to protect tiger habitat, and for that, you will also have to conserve elephants, leopards, birds, reptiles, insects, and 1,000 other plant species. That is why it is called an umbrella species, and because of these two reasons, tigers become very important for ecology. Now the question, as I have already told you, these matter. Let's discuss them in detail. So protecting tiger habitats also protect dense forest, because as I told you, if you want to conserve tiger, if you want to protect tiger, you require dense forest. You require healthy forest for tigers to survive. Tigers require, large animals especially require large, dense, healthy forests, right? So for them to survive, they require dense forest. So this protects dense forest. You cannot cut down or degrade forest if you want to protect tigers. Second, river catchments. This also protects river catchments. Why? Because most of the tiger forests are at the mouth of a river, where rivers originate. And because healthy forest, what they do? They absorb rainwater, because of which groundwater level also increases. It replenishes itself. And at the same time, because of this, there will be a steady flow of water into the rivers. So this protects the river catchment. Also, it protects soil fertility. Why? As I told you, to protect tiger habitat, to protect tigers, you require to protect tiger habitats, and for that you need dense forest, healthy forest. Now what they do is their roots, they hold on to the soil. So they prevent soil erosion. And because they prevent soil erosion, all the nutrients are still there in the soil. It improves soil fertility. Also because water resources are also available, because you are trying to protect tiger habitats, as we have discussed in the river catchment point. Then it also protects biodiversity. As I told you, tiger habitats are a home to 1,000 other species of other animals and plants. Because of that, if you want to protect tiger habitats, you'll have to protect those species as well, right? So it protects the entire community of wildlife, and that is why it also protects biodiversity. At the same time, they act as carbon sinks. How? As I told you, because dense forests have to be protected in order for tiger habitats to protect. And these dense forests or plants, what they do is they absorb carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere, right? And they release oxygen. So these are called carbon sinks. Sinks are the areas where something sinks down, right? So here the carbon in the atmosphere is utilized by the plants, and that is why these also act as carbon sinks. At the same time, this will also regulate climate. Why? Because we know that carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas. So wherever there is large amount of carbon dioxide, the atmosphere, the temperature of that area increases automatically. Now, because in this region especially acts as carbon sinks, so the carbon dioxide amount is less in these regions. Because of this particular reason, in these regions the temperature will be lower, the atmosphere will be better, there will be fresh air. So it also helps in weather regulation or climate regulation. It helps in temperature, rainfall, humidity and local weather patterns. So this is also important. Apart from that, we know for a fact that there are rural people whose livelihoods depend on forests, right? So rural livelihoods which are dependent on forests, they are also conserved because of this, because we have conserved all these things. So rural livelihoods are also helped this way, they are also conserved this way. So if we try to protect tigers, we protect tiger habitats, and in the process we end up protecting or supporting both people and wildlife. That is why these are such important species. Next, okay, so when we talk about the conservation plan, let's understand the timeline first, because then you will understand what was given in this specific article, right? So let's understand the timeline of conservation. First, there was Wildlife Protection Act in 1972. Now, in the Wildlife Protection Act 1972, it was made to protect wild animals, as the name suggests, right? Wild animals, birds and plants across India. So the act existed. Under this act, Project Tiger was launched in 1973. So in 1972, Wildlife Protection Act was created. In 1973, under this act, Project Tiger was launched. Now we have Project Tiger, and yet the tiger population was reducing drastically. So there was a question that if we have Project Tiger, which is specially to protect tigers, then why are the number of tigers reducing so much or reducing drastically? And there were reasons for it. The reasons were largely poaching or illegal wildlife trade or weak implementation or poor monitoring, which we could not figure out here. So because there were problems in tiger conservation, there was a major turning point that came in 2005, where many tigers disappeared from Sariska Tiger Reserve mainly because of poaching, right? After this incident brought into light the fact that there are problems in tiger conservation, even though we have Project Tiger. So after this, Tiger Task Force was created in 2005. Now this Tiger Task Force gave some recommendation as to what are the problems and how they can be rectified. Based on these recommendations, Parliament amended the existing Wildlife Protection Act, which was already there in 1972. It was amended in 2006. And because of this, later NTCA and WCCB, these two were created. What are these? NTCA is National Tiger Conservation Authority and WCCB is Wildlife Crime Control Bureau. And this amendment also made tiger conservation plans mandatory for every tiger reserve. It strengthened the legal protection for tigers and tiger habitat, because we had the act earlier, but it was not saving tigers, protecting tigers as we had hoped. So there was amendment required, and the amendment brought these 4 points. Now let's understand this. So as I've already told you, Project Tiger, it was launched under Ministry of Environment, Forest, Climate Change, and important part is Project Tiger is a centrally sponsored scheme. Now see, schemes can be centrally sponsored and central sector scheme. Central sector schemes are those schemes which are 100% funded by central government. Centrally sponsored schemes have funding from both central government and state government. So this is a centrally sponsored scheme, not central sector scheme. It provides financial and technical assistance to states, right? What is the current status right now? Right now we have 58 tiger reserves, 18 tiger range states, and it covers 84,500 square kilometers, which is approximately 2.56% of India's geographical area. Next is NTCA. We have already understood this. As I've told you, under Wildlife Protection Act 1972, amendments were made in 2006. After those amendments, this NTCA was created, right? So it is chaired by Union Environment Minister. and the functions are mainly, its functions are implementation. So if you are asked the conservation of tiger is done under which ministry, ministry is Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, but its implementation is overseen by NTCA. So this is a trap that you should remember. Functions oversees Tiger, Project Tiger. As I told you, the implementation part is done by NTCA, approves tiger conservation plans, issues management guidelines and monitors tiger reserves. Main implementation work is done by NTCA. Next, now how are tigers monitored? So first is All India Tiger Estimation. It is a sort of a survey which is conducted every 4 years. It is done jointly because it can be asked who does it. It is done jointly by NTCA and WII, which is Wildlife Institute of India. It estimates tigers, leopards and co-predators, prey animals, habitat quality, and this is world's largest biodiversity survey. Next is, what are the technologies that are used? Because now tiger monitoring is technology driven, because technology makes everything more efficient, right? So it is technology driven, and the first technology that is used is M-Stripes. M-Stripes is M monitoring system for tigers, intensive protection and ecological status. What does it do? It mainly uses GPS, remote sensing and GPRS. The main purpose is monitoring. See, M-Stripes is like digital monitoring system. M-Stripes, it is like digital monitoring system. Digital monitoring system. You can understand it in the way that it is basically, what does it do? First of all, patrol monitoring. What does that mean? That means it tracks where forest guards have already patrolled and what are the regions that are left, right? Similarly, habitat monitoring, which habitats have already been monitored, monitors the condition of forest and tiger habitat. And it is digital data collection. It also ensures digital data collection, meaning forest guards record tigers, cats, prey animals. They make all the recordings digitally. They use mobile devices instead of paper. See how you can understand it in the way it is, because it uses GPS. It is like Google Maps. Google Maps, just to understand, this analogy is only to understand. So this is like Google Maps with digital library. Google Maps with digital library. So what it would do is, it will tell you which areas have already been patrolled, and it allows to record everything as it is observed in the digital library. Next is CatRat. Now CatRat is like a trap. It is camera trap data repository and analysis tool. It uses AI to identify species from camera trap images. What are camera trap images? Cameras are used like traps. So basically, how does it work? Now forest officials, they use camera to see, of course, but what they do is the cameras remain hidden. They tie the camera to the tree. The cameras are tied to the tree. They remain hidden, and as and when these animals pass by, motion sensor is activated. Because of those motion sensors, camera clicks the image. This is why it is called camera trap images. So here AI is used to identify species which are captured from camera using camera trap images, right? Because what they are doing is, they are not clicking pictures right standing in front of the animal. They are sort of creating a trap where the camera is tied to the tree, and whenever these animals pass by, because of motion sensor, camera captures the image and AI identifies the species. Next is extract compare. Again, it uses AI to identify individual tigers from their stripe patterns. Now, because just like human beings have fingerprints, right? We have fingerprints, so there are patterns on our thumbs. Just like that, these animals have stripe patterns. We know that there are stripes on their bodies. So they have stripe patterns. Based on the stripe patterns, they are identified. Individual tigers are identified. For example, we all have different fingerprints. They all have different stripe patterns. So AI is used to identify individual tigers using their stripe patterns. Next, management effectiveness evaluation. This evaluates management quality of tiger reserves. For example, it mainly talks about planning, protection, management, conservation outcomes. And if we look at the outcomes, conservation outcomes of 2022 here, you'll see that there are 51 reserves assessed up until now, 12 rated excellent, and average score is 78%. So this, as the name suggests, this usually sees that how is management going on? Is management effective enough? And for that, evaluation is done for ensuring that the management of quality of tiger is good. And we have managed up until now 51 reserves, 12 are rated out of that excellent, and average score is 78%. Next, India's global leadership. So there are global alliances as well for this same purpose. First is International Big Cat Alliance. International Big Cat Alliance, which was approved in 2024. Headquarters are in India. And this International Big Cat Alliance covers 7 big cats, which are those tiger, lion, leopard, snow leopard, cheetah, jaguar, and puma. And the purpose, what is the purpose? To ensure international cooperation for these big cats. These are called big cats. International cooperation to ensure the conservation of these 7 big cats. We have International Big Cat Alliance. Next is Global Tiger Forum. It is world's only intergovernmental organization exclusively for tiger conservation. Right? This is important because this is the only intergovernmental organization for tiger conservation. Its headquarters are in New Delhi, and the members include 13 tiger range countries. You just need to know a little bit about these so that if, let's suppose, in prelims, the question is asked, which of the following is related to tiger conservation, you know what international bodies are there. Or if it is asked, which of the following is the only intergovernmental organization exclusively for tiger conservation, and then you have options given: Big Cat Alliance, International Big Cat Alliance, or Global Tiger Forum. So you should know which of them is the international intergovernmental organization. Next is Integrated Tiger Habitat Conservation Program. This is IUCN's flagship tiger conservation program. What is IUCN? What is IUCN? You will be telling me the full form of IUCN in the comment section below. Okay? IUCN. Very easy. So this is funded by Germany by KfW Development Bank, and it supports landscape level tiger conservation. So again, as you can see, all these bodies are for tiger conservation. You just need to know the names. Last is CATS, which is Conservation Assured Tiger Standards. This is like a global certification, accreditation. This is like a global certification for effective tiger reserve management. It was launched in 2013, and 23 Indian tiger reserves are accredited, which means that you get global certification if the tiger reserve management is really good, really effective. It's like you get a certificate. So in India, 23 Indian tiger reserves have gotten this CATS, right? And it was launched in 2013. International cooperation, if you look at this, India cooperates with a lot of different countries and for this specific purpose, and the focus is wildlife conservation, anti-poaching, camera trap technology. We have already understood all these points, and transboundary conservation. Now, the important UPSC fact would be national animal is Royal Bengal tiger. It was declared in 1972. Tiger is important because, as we have discussed, 2 reasons. First, it is an apex predator and it is an umbrella species. International Tiger Day is 29th of July. St. Petersburg Tiger Summit happened in 2010, and the goal is double global tiger population by 2022. It was the goal, and we have seen that we have more than doubled it, right? We have seen in the initial slides itself. Now we come to the last part of this session, very important session, and that is the prelims practice question. Let's have a look at the prelims practice question. It says, with reference to Project Tiger, consider the following statements. First, it is centrally sponsored scheme implemented by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Look at the wordings of this statement very carefully, otherwise we'll make a mistake. Second, it provides financial and technical assistance to tiger range states. And third, it is implemented by National Tiger Conservation Authority. You have to tell me which of these statements is or are correct. Your options are option A, 1 and 2 only, B, 2 and 3 only, C, 1 and 3 only, or D, 1, 2 and 3 only. So that's it for today's session. I hope you enjoyed the lecture. If there is a specific topic that you want me to explain, you can always write them down in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next class. Until then, take care.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.